Cowboys 13H Louis DeLuca, staff photographer Dallas Cowboys defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence 90, pressures New York Giants quarterback Eli Manning 10, during the Dallas Cowboys vs. the New York Giants NFL football game at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey on Sunday, December 11, 2016. Louis DeLuca, The Dallas Morning News by SportsDeDeFW.com at SportsDeDeFW Editor's Note: this story has been updated since its original post date. Here are 10 things you might not know about Dallas Cowboys defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence. 1. Tank. How'd he get the nickname? Here's what he said during a Q. One of my friends and I were play fighting and he DDT'd me on my head, so ever since then he would say, I tanked him on his head. I tanked him, so ever since then people have been calling me Tank. He elaborated in an interview with Deion Sanders. It's a childhood nickname. I got it growing up, playing Little League. Just running over people as a fullback in my days, he said. It transpired to me growing up and going to high school. I have this little funny story. My coach, I had a bad game, and he was telling everybody, I don't want to hear you call him Tank. I don't want to hear you call him Diesel. He can't play football. That inspired me. I have to live up to my nickname. So I'm the Tank. A DDT is a professional wrestling move that looks something like the GIF below. Lawrence said that he had to fight for everything from the time I was born. Lawrence is from New Ellington, SC, about 10 miles south of Aiken. It's a town of almost 2,000 and, if you believe Lawrence as a tour guide, it should not be mistaken for idyllic, mythical Mayberry, up over the North Carolina border. Flashback: Cowboys DE DeMarcus Lawrence learned toughness as a child the hard way. New Ellington was born in the 1950s, a Cold War invention of President Harry Truman, in the process of adding to the United States nuclear arsenal. Ellington, the town's predecessor, was deemed a perfect place to produce plutonium and tritium for hydrogen bombs. To that end, the government displaced the population 14 miles to the north to New Ellington and in Ellington's place established what is still called the relatively benign-sounding Savannah River Plant. Mayor Vernon Dunbar is proud of his New Ellington, but concedes it has some bad things kids can get into in a place where there are not a lot of outlets for them. Kids really had to be tough, said Dunbar, who works at the nuclear plant and was a high school classmate of DeMarcus Lawrence's father, Tyrone, as well as future iconic NFL defensive lineman William "the Refrigerator" Perry. 3. He can cook. DeMarcus's mother, Yvonne, taught him how to cook dinner for the family by the time he was 12, when older sister LaShandra's husband died and she moved back home but still worked. DeMarcus cooked for her, her 3 children, his parents and a grandmother. Among his specialties, DeMarcus told Horn, were chicken Alfredo, macaroni and cheese, and just about any kind of pasta dish. Tom Fox, staff photographer Dallas Cowboys defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence 90, almost gets the sack of Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Carson Wentz 11 in the fourth quarter at it. The Cowboys won, 29-23. Tom Fox, The Dallas Morning News. Cowboys Hall of Fame defensive tackle Randy White had some good things to say about Lawrence. The guy can move like a cat, he told John Machota in 2015. He's pretty impressive out there. He can be a game changer out there if he can continue to improve and play the way he did at the end of last year. I think he's going to be a great player for them. White must have known something, as Lawrence has been the key cog in the Cowboys' pass rush for multiple seasons since .5. Boise State career. Lawrence attended Boise State, where he accumulated a pretty impressive stat line. In 2 seasons, 23 total games, he finished with 120 total tackles, 20 sacks and 7 forced fumbles. He also had 34 tackles for a loss. .6. The not-so-good at Boise State. Lawrence was suspended 3 separate times for 1 game while at Boise State. suspension led to him missing the Las Vegas Bowl against Washington, and another included a regular season home game against UNLV. During the draft process, his behavior was brought up by Cowboys officials. "They just asked me if I put the BS and the suspensions behind me, my childish behaviors," Lawrence told Sports Day's Brandon George. "I let all the teams know that I put my childish behaviors behind me and I've moved on, and it's time for me to become a Cowboy. It's time for me to grow up and do my duties and play football." Garrett called him the right kind of guy we want to bring to this football team. 7. He's been a Cowboys fan his whole life. Andy Jacobson, staff photographer. Dallas Cowboys defensive tackle Maliot Collins, 96, sacks. Arizona Cardinals quarterback Carson Palmer, 3, with defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence, 90, nearby during a National Football League game between the Dallas Cowboys and the Arizona Cardinals at University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale, Arizona on Monday, September 25, 2017. Andy Jacobson, The Dallas Morning News. How'd he end up being a Cowboys fan, especially growing up in South Carolina? "My dad, he's the head of the household, and somebody can't stay in this house unless they are a Cowboys fan," Lawrence said. 8. Biker dyno, not the Harley-Davidson kind. Lawrence and teammate Tyrone Crawford started riding bicycles to the start together last season in an effort to stay in top physical form. "He's been teaching me some moves," Lawrence, the less experienced cyclist, said. "I still can't jump the curbs yet. It really helps flush the legs and get the bad toxins out of your legs, and also makes you stronger and helps you lose weight. We've been doing it, and no need to stop now, right?" See the full story. 9. He had Jerry Jones frothing at the mouth. Vernon Bryant, staff photographer. Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones talks to the media during a press conference about the Omni Frisco Hotel at the Star in Frisco as Frisco Mayor Marmasso listens, on Tuesday, November 3, 2015. Vernon Bryant, The Dallas Morning News. Lawrence had some injury issues after getting drafted and wasn't able to make his season debut until Week 9 of the 2014 season against the Arizona Cardinals. The Cowboys were in some desperate need for some socks from their defensive line, and Jerry Jones was really optimistic about adding Lawrence into the mix. "Lawrence had everybody frothing at the mouth a little bit out there last week," Cowboys owner Jerry Jones told 105.3 The Fan, KRLD-FM, at the time. "He has really improved his body during this time off. He's used it to really have a lot of strength work. It's something that he didn't do as much in college as he's doing now. He's had quite a physical improvement." 10. Favorite NFL player growing up from the Cowboys. Q. He had all the tools, bonus, payday. Lawrence and the Cowboys agreed to a 5-year, $105 million contract extension on April 5, 2019. He will make $65 million in guaranteed money. The defensive end will get a $25 million signing bonus and $31.1 million in 2019, the highest first-year payout for a non-quarterback, according to NFL.com. Lawrence's new deal makes him the third highest paid edge rusher in the NFL in guaranteed money. Only Khalil Mack and Von Miller make more. The Cowboys defensive end was active on social media after the deal was announced, and rightfully so.